So just to repeat a few things, like for instance, in part A, wanted you to add a border around this particular visualization. You click on it and you don't want to see that. Down here, we click the border on and it puts the border. So that's part A. Part B is the total visualizations. And this one's one that if you, I wanted a new title on that. So you have to click title on and you're going to put category off. So with title on, here's what shows up here. You want the font color to be black. You want the text size to be 12, and you want it to be Segoe bold. And that's the way that thing looks. And if you look at the data label, the color is red. You could make it gray, or you can make it black. You can make it anything you want. I'm just going to leave it there because that looks the way I want it. And the same thing with the border. I turned on border. And there it is. Okay, so now the part C is the word cloud visualization. Now to get that, I clicked on this, import a custom visual, and I'm going to import it from the marketplace. And away it goes to the marketplace. And I'm going to type in cloud up here. And there's the word cloud. So you can just click add. Notice that it's a 4-star and that's it. But you hit add. I've already done it. I don't want to add it twice, but that's what shows up here is the word cloud. And if you hover over it, you can see the version that shows up. So when you click on this particular visualization, you can see that that one shows up under the visualization. When you click on up here, you can I'm getting rid of the visualizations, but I'm going to put that back. So the text box came from up above, right there, where you added the inserted text box. You can insert an image, you can insert shapes, all easy stuff. So these technically aren't visualizations, but I consider them, and I've talked to Microsoft about putting them over here, but it's in somewhere in their queue. But anyways, let's click on word cloud, and you see that it shows up over here. And if we just look at, I have state in there, and the state looks like the state. It's the abbreviation. And if we come over to the file that we have, we see the state column is just this, the 2-letter abbreviation. Now, what I have done here is I've added another file that is a join file, and it has the 2-letter abbreviation and then the full name written out. And how do we use that? Well, we come over here to the join, and I'm going to, actually, I'll just manage the relationships. And how I set that up is I clicked new, and it asked to discover or auto detect, and it took state from the UFO Research Center reports, and it took state over here, and it did a join on that. So that now means if you have state anywhere, you can also display state long. So that is in there. And what is the significance of that is the following. You can come over here, and here is state from the UFO UFORC. But if I come down here and say I want to put in the state long, bingo, there it goes. And now that is all tied together. It is the same thing, and it will give kind of the, everything. And I thought this looks a little bit better from that point of view. So this is a way where you can have something that looks good. Now, I'm going to click on that visualization again, and we can come over, and under general, we can see, the minimum font size and the maximum. So it's 10:1. If you look at this, kind of the smaller states, 155 versus, a lot more. So it'll put, Power BI will categorize the size of the particular state based on the number of sightings by state. Now, if I change this and I come down and make it 5% for the smallest one, the smaller ones will get smaller and the larger ones will get larger. Now, why would you want to do that? If you're showing this to somebody, they can immediately see, and they're looking, they're going, let me see, California, Florida, Washington, New York, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Illinois, and Texas are the big hitters, and maybe then Ohio starts showing up, Michigan's there, North Carolina, and a lot of people that you might want to be communicating to can see this. Now, other things you can do. So I'm going to put it back to 10, just because you get kind of the same picture here, but that's the controls that you use with that. And with respect to the background, you can turn the background on, and if you want the background to be black, I thought I said it black, with a transparency of 0, you can make, some stunning visuals. I'm going to put this back to 50%. And you can do that by just typing in here. So here I've set it back to 50%, but I'm going to turn the color back to white so it looks like that. If you wanted to turn on a border, you could do that, or not. So anyways, that is the word cloud. Now, the interesting thing about this is this data is all connected. So if I click on California, look at what happens to the table down here. Now, I know we haven't talked about the table, but everything shows in California, and you can see on these totals up here, in California, it's 9,384. Well, if you hover over, it's 9,384. That's always nice when it matches up. But if you hover over this, you can see, the count, and the highlighted is 1,967. And you keep going down, down, down. So you can see just California. And I believe, I want to click on this. Oh, my computer was just working slow. So if I've got this thing highlighted, and we come over to general, this particular visualization, you can only select one, so you can't select multiples. But over here, you can select multiples. So anyways, that's the word cloud visualization. And there was another visualization that was right here that I said to delete. And, you know, to delete one, you can look at multiple, the ellipsis up here, and remove. I don't want you to remove this one, but you can do this. Now, in this particular visualization, it was down here. I changed the aspect ratio and made it tall because it is a tall visualization. And we'll take a peek at this. But to add a title, you click the title on, count of shapes, and the font color, font size, so go bold. All good. Under data colors, you go to advanced controls. I'm going to pull this, pull it right here. So the smallest number is white and the highest number is red. So, and it will make that happen. And I'm just going to hit OK. So that's what it looks like. Not very many crosses show up, not many cones, but then it heads up to unknown, circle, and light. So that's what you do there. And if you want to know the exact size of this particular one, you come over here and you go down to general, and you can see that it's 682 is the X position, 74 is the Y position, and then the width is 199, which I'm going to make 200, and the height is 640. All great, but I don't want you to waste time on that. And of course, you select it again. You can put, with the border, you can turn the border on, or you can turn the border off. So up to you. So now the three shapes on the right, I'm doing control, control, control click. So I've got all three. You come up to format, and I want to distribute these things horizontally, and it puts them nice and evenly spaced. That's a good thing to have. Now, with alignment, you want to align them on the top. And there they are. All good. Now, and I think that's as far as I'm going to go right now. So what I am going to do is I'm going to give you the state. Actually, I'm going to put this thing back, the word cloud. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to put in state. Bam. So now it's just the 2-letter. And I want you to be able to make it into a, where you bring in state long. Again, remembering the relationship that we brought in that particular table. And this is what that table looks like. And this is what the table looks like just over in an Excel file that I saved off as state.csv. So I think that will help you. Now, let's just go through the first question. What is the total number of egg-shaped UFOs? So we click on egg that have been seen in Florida. So we come over to Florida, we go click, and we see that the answer is 39. And that's how you answer these things. So I'm going to unclick that. And now, one other thing. If I wanted, I could come over here, excuse me, come over to state. And instead of state, I could put in state long. And you would see the long part of the state. Down here in the table, which I think was there, you had to adjust some of the information. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Column headers, font color, and you set it at Sego bold at 8 point, and that's these ABs. And if you come down to title, you turn title on, and you have UFO sighting details, and that's going to be 12 point Sego bold. That's all good. Well, let's come over here and look at this. And you can see that I have year, month, and day under this particular one. Oh, that seems good. We also have the time that it occurred. And here's the state. So let's say I wanted to drag that in there and put in state, and I wanted to take out that particular state. And now we've got the full state name down here. I'm going to just do that up here. You get to do this as well, but I'm just showing you that it's kind of easy. So now if we click on California, all of California shows up here, and you could do the exact same thing by clicking California here, and the word cloud would give you all the sightings in California, and you could look at particular time frames, and you could see that 1987 through 1990 there was 60 sightings, and you can see the distribution of the sightings here, and here's some details. And this is, of course, is a hyperlink. So I'm going to so there's one other thing I want to show you, and that is down in the table. If you click on that, and you want to think about the data here. Come over here, select this particular column, and under data category, come on, there it is, uncategorized address and various things like that. Well, I clicked web URL so that it is a live link, and you can see that it shows up as a live link. Well, that'll help you with the assignment. Thanks a lot.